I'll begin by playing for you the first section or two of this piece to give you a sense of the music, and then I'll start from the very beginning and go bar by bar and show you exactly how to learn it yourself. But to begin, let me play the first section for you and get the tutorial started. So here it is, Experience by Ludovico. So on and so forth. So you can see that this piece really begins with this very basic melody above and a harmonic progression below it. And that is the kernel that then gives you the whole piece. There's very delineated sections. Each section is like some version of that theme, a little bit embellished, and it will grow little by little, section by section. So it's actually quite straightforward to learn because really it's the same kind of template from the very beginning that is repeated in varied forms. So we'll begin with the top of this piece with the melody. And before I do, I should say that yes, I'll give you the first bit of this piece here in this video on YouTube, but the full tutorial series will be in my library. But for now, we begin with the top. Let's do the left hand first. We open in F sharp minor, and our position is in F sharp minor, 5, 2, and 1. And we're just seesawing back and forth. So 5, 2, 1, and back, and then again. So that first bar in F sharp minor is under one pedal. So start with the pedal down and then play the notes of the left hand. I should say also that as you're learning this, make an effort to keep the left hand very loose and comfortable, gentle. Don't force anything. This should sound very veiled and nothing should feel effortful. It should be effortless. So from the get-go, try and not collect any tension in the wrist as you're learning this piece. So that was our first bar. You can see that there's a gentle swaying of the wrist as I do that. That helps to keep it loose. Next, we move everything up. A, E, A. Same fingering, same kind of technique. That's your second bar. Lift and arrive on C sharp minor. Now this one's bigger than an octave, right? It's C sharp minor in open position, so 5, 3. Pivot on 3 so that you can comfortably reach 1 and then back. Pivot freely twice. And then locally D major. Same thing, it's a wide chord, and you're pivoting now on 2. 5, 2, 1. Notice also the relationship between this bar and the bar previous. middle note is a third finger on A flat or G sharp. Yeah, let's call it what it is, a G sharp. And then the next middle note, second finger on A. So feel that relationship. It'll make it easier to string the bars together. So those 4 bars to start are all stitched up as follows. Easy enough, right? Now the next 4 bars are basically the same thing, except that to begin, we're going to open this phrase, the repetition, in open position. So instead of starting the same way you did the beginning of the piece, you're going to have an open position F sharp minor chord, which means the fingerings are 5, 3, 1. So the next bar, 2 of those. When you finish that, you'll see that the pinky is pretty much in position, ready for what you had at the beginning of the piece, and A, E, A. That one doesn't change. Next. C sharp minor, open position. That one doesn't change. And then D major, open position. And the only difference is that the last iteration of this D major doesn't play the A in the middle, right? We're expecting this. That, right? We're expecting to end on A. But on this 8th bar, it doesn't. It ends on the F sharp above. And that's how the whole phrase finishes. So almost the same as bars 1 through 4, but slight differences. So all 4 bars now, here we go. Loose and relaxed wrists. Glide across the notes. No effort. Open position. This one's the same. This one's the same. And we finish on the F sharp. And there it is for the left. That's it. Now the right hand. The right hand's much easier here. Not much to do. So let's go through this bar by bar for just the right hand. 3, 3, 4, 3. And I would say musically, you want to give a little bit of an emphasis on the D. That, and then draw back a little on the final C sharp. Right? That relationship between C sharp and D, that's the motif here. So bring that out a little bit and then draws back on the C sharp. That's about it. That's the motif that we'll be carrying through for the rest of the piece. Next bar is the same. Third bar is the same. And the fourth bar, 3, 2, 3, 4. And all of these notes are quarters. The left hand so far is all eighths. The right hand so far is all quarters, which means we have 2 left hand notes for every 1 right hand. Moving on, the next 4 bars are basically the same thing. 3 bars of the same. And then the last bar is a little different. 3, 2, 1, 2. All of these notes are in the same position. You just have your third finger on C sharp, and then all the notes play around that C sharp. So when you put this together, it's very straightforward, right? 1 note in the right hand for every 2 in the left. Couldn't be simpler, right? Next. 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 And that's where they finish. That's the end of the theme. So take a few moments or as long as you need and bring the hands together little by little and just recall sort of vertically that we have together, left, together, left, together, left. And that's the pattern all throughout. Together, left, together, left, together, left, together, so on and so forth. As far as pedaling is concerned, we have 1 pedal per bar here because every bar has its own pedal, right? Has its own harmony. So we begin here with 1 pedal here. And then change. And change. Change. I think you understand, right? Every bar has its own pedal, so change on every new bar. I think that's pretty good. I think we have it. Now, one final thing before we move on to the next section is this. This opening is not very square, right? It's even in the music is written freely. So this section should be played freely. It shouldn't feel as though, okay, it's very rigid and we got to follow the tempo. We got to follow the rhythmic denominations. No, it's very free and loose and with tons of rubato. So each bar is like its own little thematic statement. So you can have a little bit of a peak, a little bit of a swell for each bar. And, you decide how much you want to do of that, but something like this. So you can decide where to sort of be in tempo, where to slow down, but it should be quite free, almost like an improvisation. So play around with that and see the version of this interpretation that you like, but just keep in mind that it should have a feeling of absolute freedom. And then after that, we get into the first, I would call it a kind of variation. You can see that the left hand is following the harmonic changes in a very basic single note fashion. So we'll do that in the next part of the tutorial. So if you like this so far, join me. Let's finish off this piece. I'll see you in just a moment. See you soon.